I just saw it this morning. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just
I have something to share. So we are going masks optional starting today. So if you don't want to wear a mask, if you come through, then you can sit in any of those chairs. This section is masks. Does that make sense?
Alexis Webb will light our chalice. Please join me in our chalice lighting words, which are in your order of service. We light this chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, to remind us to connect in spirituality and service, to care for each other and the world, and to create a loving community. Thank you.
Red Sadie is out sick today, but she wrote a story for us. It's a story called The Sunflowers. It's not facts, but it's true. Sunflowers used to be little yellow flowers with small black faces and short stalks. And they walked around. Now, the thing you need to know about them is that sunflowers love sun. They adore the sun. They are obsessed with the sun. They bask in it, they stretch up towards it, they smile and laugh when they see it, and they cry when the earth turns away from it and darkness falls. Well, one sunflower, someone give me a name. Josie. Well, one sunflower named Josie was basking in the sun one day, smiling so wide. Can you smile really wide? Yes, they smiled so wide that their face actually grew wider. They couldn't believe it, and they were so happy about it. They called their friends and they said, "Hey, everyone, come look at my face. I've been smiling so wide at the sun that now my face is bigger. And it's super awesome because now there's even more of me to be warmed by the sun and follow it across the sky." This flower's friends were a little bit jealous. Josie said, "Just stick with me and maybe your faces will get wider too." And what do you know? After a few days of straining and smiling so big, their faces did get wider. Josie had been wondering, what's the best place to see the sun? How can I be sure I won't miss it? What if I'm walking or facing the wrong direction or not paying attention? I don't want to miss even a single second of looking at the sun that I love so much. So they decided, well, I'm just going to pick a spot, and I'll stay there from morning till night. Then a funny thing happened to Josie's feet. They began to grow into a strong stalk and roots. The roots went down into the ground, and the stalk grew thick and sturdy. They couldn't walk anymore, but that was fine by them, because by staying in the same spot, they always knew where the sun went down and where it would come up again, and they wouldn't miss a single second of sunshine. After a few weeks of staying in one spot, Josie noticed their strong, thick body getting longer. When the sun was high overhead, Josie strained to say hello. They stretched up toward the sun, soaking it all in and saying, "Hi!" All the other flowers were much shorter by now, and some of them got curious. So they stood right beside Josie and planted their feet too. And they watched their own bodies change. Their faces got wider from so much smiling. Their feet became roots, and they grew a sturdy stalk. Because their roots were deep and their stalk was wide, they grew upward, closer and closer to their favorite thing, the sun. Pretty soon, all the sunflowers gathered around Josie. They formed a big field in neat little rows so no one was blocked. and they all focused their energy on getting as tall as they could, making their stalks wide and strong to support them, and smiling so big that their faces got wide, wide, wide. And in the morning, they turned their faces east, and they followed the sun with their faces all day long until it set in the west. They loved being still and not missing a second of sunshine. They knew that it was the power of their love that made them so tall, that made their faces so wide, that made their stalks so sturdy. Welcome to worship at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro. I'm Cindy Dillard, the Director of Children's and Youth Ministry. Unitarian Universalists believe that each person has a trustworthy relationship with the Spirit, with the Holy, with the source of all life, with what some call God, though we name it and know it differently from one another. And we believe that because we are interconnected, nobody is free until we all are free. So we strive to build beloved community here on earth, in our fellowship with one another, and in our work for justice. Whether today is your first or your 1,000th Sunday in our midst, we are stronger because you are with us. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Should you have your cell phone on during church? We are mask optional now, except for this section right here, where masks are still required. Our ministry team here is Reverend Sadie Lansdale, myself, Julie Hamilton, our congregational administrator, and Luke Steichleather, our experimental director of music.
Please rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn in your teal hymn book, number 1000, Morning Has Come. I'll be your worship associate this morning. I'm also a member of this congregation. If you're joining us in the sanctuary, won't you wave hello to everyone online? If you're online, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. If you're in person, let's greet our neighbors. Yes.
How beautiful it is to be together. We gather in gratitude this morning, turning our hearts to thanks and praise for the gift of living, in the presence of the Spirit that animates all life, and in the knowledge that we are powerfully, profoundly connected to all that is, all that has been, and all that will be. During these next few moments of silence, you can focus on something you're grateful for, or someone you are remembering especially today, or just the sensation of your chair supporting you. Will you find a comfortable place in your seat and take a few easy breaths as we settle into our shared silence together? We bring the echoes in our hearts before our community and before the holy in this sacred space and time. If you're online, this is the time to share your joys and sorrows with one another in the chat. If you're in person and you have a milestone you would like added to our prayers, you can fill out a yellow card, which the ushers will collect from you. If there's a joy in your heart, please come forward and place a flower in the vase. If there's a sorrow, come place a stone in the bowl. You may light a candle of prayer and presence for someone you're holding close to you. If you're not sure how you're feeling, or maybe you're feeling a little antsy, there are pipe cleaners in the back to fidget with, Or you may have brought needlework from home that you can feel free to do. In church, we practice becoming more fully human. This is our time to take stock of how we arrive here and to take what we need, knowing that the table is set for us all. Will you join me in prayer and presence? In this moment, bathed in silence and song, we offer our joys and sorrows alike, knowing that they are woven fine. Linda Sullivan writes, I have been asking for thoughts and prayers for my friend Chris for several weeks. I continue to ask. Tuesday, she is going to have her heart shocked to see if she can be free of AFib. Please remember her, especially on Tuesday. Linda, our prayers are with you and with Chris. Ashley Shoemake would like us to know that she's remembering her friend and mentor, Brandy, on the 3rd anniversary of her passing. Ashley, our prayers are with you. Donna Scheidt shares that she lost her father recently. She misses him dearly, but is grateful for the time that they had together and his long life. Donna, our prayers are with you. And Betsy Lindsay would like us to keep her friend Janie Long in our hearts as she recovers from heart surgery. Betsy, our prayers are with you and with Janie. Mariah Brown would like us to know that Jerry Richardson passed away at the age of 86. Thank you. Our prayers are with you, Mariah. And Barbara Council would like us to know that her pain has become worse. She's afraid that she won't be able to achieve her goals of being more active and doesn't know what to do. Our prayers are with you, Barbara. Nelson Stover is at home with hospice care. He is able to receive your emails if you'd like to send him your love. Joanna Lauer would like to tell us that she is joyful for the youth who are representing UUCG at the mountain this weekend. And she's grateful that they had an opportunity to go. Cammie is grateful for her new UU church community in ways she can't explain. Thank you for embracing us. Dean and Lee Michael would like you to know that they have a new hamster named Biscuit. Carol Webb is thankful for new friends, for the OWL program, and for this church. Shavanta Keeker is thankful for Marie Hauk, providing excellent child care while Mommy lobbied for reproductive justice last Tuesday. Thank you, Marie. Kate Katahdin would like us to know that her son Arthur turned 21 on March 2nd. He FaceTimed her for the first time in over 2 years. He played guitar and showed me his place and his roommates. And Carol Lehman would like us to know that Fred Lehman is another year older and wiser this weekend. We name aloud or in the chat those people on our hearts, living or dead, near or far, that this community might hold them in love. And Candy Dillard. Spirit of life and love, God of many names and beyond all naming, source of all. We pray in the words of the poet Nancy Schaefer, prayer for this church. May each one among us have skin that longs to touch other skin, fingertips that long for other fingertips, or whole hands or even arms. Bodies that want to stand next to other bodies, not alone, while singing and bending, stirring soup. May ones whose skin does not cry out for other skin wish it did, and so teach it, so that no one stands alone and no one aches and does not say so. May our doors be so open it is drafty inside, and people sometimes shout because noises without also come within. May those sheltered here sometimes cry, all at once, letting tear water clean what words by themselves cannot. In silent times, may everyone present hear everyone else breathing and know this is not separate from how the world breathes all night. May we also have enough room for those many who want to come in. May those who cherish this church be so glad they cannot stop speaking, stop asking, and may that crowding itself be a gladness as we keep adding room. May we notice each one who is new and invite her to stay. May our list of names for the holy not ever be finished. And may we hear God chuckling with us as we find still more. We ask this expansive blessing for ourselves, for those we love, and for those we do not yet love. Amen. In the morning, their faces look east, and as the sun tracks across the sky, they turn their faces to follow it. Tourne sol in French, girasole in Spanish, girasole in Italian, sun turners they're called in those Romance languages. They are exhibiting, for those who like a little botany lesson in their religious experience, heliotropism. They move toward the light. In Greek mythology, it is the sun god Apollo who drives a blazing chariot across the sky. Before we knew that the earth was round, that the sun does not move, but rather we are the ones who move, people believed that it was the movement of the sun that caused the day to turn to night. But it is not the sun that moves when we fix our gaze upon it. It is not the sun that moves when we adore it. It is us. We are the ones who move. We are the ones who change. The object of our adoration is unchanging, at least for the span of one short and precious human life. And when we turn our faces toward what we love, we are the ones who change. It is that kind of love, that kind of devotion, that kind of adoration that changes us. Making a commitment to this place is planting your feet next to the giant field of sunflowers. We don't all name the holy in the same way, but we come together to worship the goodness at the heart of life and to be changed by love, even as we build a more loving world. It is true that there is much to rage about, but it is not only through righteous rage that we change the course of history. In the long haul, it is through celebration, through adoration, through gazing upon the sun, and through the sheer force and power of love, letting ourselves be changed. In these days of celebration, may we hold that truth close to our hearts. May it be so. Amen. And now our children in K through 2 OWL are invited to join their teachers in the classroom. Let's sing them out. Go in peace, go in joy, go in love.
Go in peace, go in peace. morning. I'm Rebecca Kay, and I'm a member of this congregation, and I am excited for us to kick off our new member blessing this morning. I invite our new members forward for this blessing, and please make sure to bring your order of service with you because we'll need it while you're standing up here. Our new members are Jugmeet Mack, Leah Smith, Dan Smith, Kelly Moyer, and Anastasia Franson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Continuing members of our congregation, will you please rise in body or spirit? If you're joining us online, you can type "we will" in the chat when it's time to make your promises. Members of this congregation, will you welcome these new members as once you were welcomed yourselves? If so, say, "We will." We will. Will you seek to be open and inclusive, respecting their inherent dignity, their ideas and their vision, in times when it is easy and in times when it is difficult? If so, say, "We will." We will. Will you seek to be supportive, not only when they reach out in courage to you, but also when they need you to reach out to them? If so, say, "We will." We will. Will you, the congregation, welcome them as equal members of this congregation and companions on our shared spiritual journey? If so, say, "We will." We will.
Will you, new members, journey with us in faith, bringing your whole selves to this community as we seek the Spirit and seek to live our values together? If so, say, "We will." We will. Will you abide by the church covenant in times when it is easy and in times when it is difficult, knowing that the rest of us also fail, also fall short, also are human? If so, say, "We will." Will you take responsibility for your own personal spiritual path, knowing that you are joining a community of love and support? If so, say, "We will." We will. Will you show up, sharing in joy, celebration, responsibility, and mourning in their seasons, knowing that there is no church aside from each of you and all of us together? If so, say, "We will." We will. On behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro, it's my very great joy to welcome you as members of this church.
I have heard it said that a church is a hospital and a gym, a wooded retreat, and a high-altitude training camp. When you are in need of rest, solace, quiet, you may find it here. When you want to come in late, slip in silently, desperately seek the peace that evades you in your life, may the doors be open for you. And when you seek spiritual strengthening, may this place be an exercise guide with water and wall-to-wall mirrors in which you can check yourself, and great music to encourage you on your path. When you are in need of comfort, seek it here. When you are in need of challenge, seek it here. When you're trying to figure out if what you need is comfort or challenge, the tools of discernment are here. You can practice asking for guidance from the small voice within you. This labyrinth awaits your footsteps, this sanctuary that echoes with the Spirit that moves through us all, this chalice that sits ready for you to light it and carry its flame with you into your waiting life. These companions with open hearts, ready to receive the questions that burn in yours.
Will you, our brand new members, help lead us in saying our covenant, which is found in your order of service? Forgot about the mic, sorry. We, members of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro, say something. Process of West. Seek and act with caring, courtesy, and love, thereby maintaining emotional, physical, and spiritual safety for all. Support UUCG and denominational efforts with our resources. Combat injustice while promoting equality. Nurture our children on their spiritual journey. Hold ourselves to this covenant, especially during times of conflict and disagreement. As you move toward your seats again, if you would come by our altar table and select one of these chalices. These chalices were all made by our former director of music, Mark Freund, and we have one for each of you. If you will now join in singing our song Opening Up in Sweet Surrender, and the words are in the order of service. The choir will sing it through once, and then let's all join in. Everybody stand up. One of the ways that we live out our mission to create loving community is to contribute financially to the ministries of this congregation and to the good work of our community partners. Our offering this month goes to A Woman's Choice of Greensboro. They offer compassionate, non-judgmental, quality care to any pregnant person seeking an abortion. We also have congregants who train as escorts for this clinic to provide additional safety and peace of mind, since sometimes the clinic is a target of hate and harassment. If you'd like to make a contribution for our offering to be split with A Woman's Choice of Greensboro, you can do so at the link in the description of this video. You can text GIVE to the number in your order of service. You can also mail a check. Ushers will come forward to collect the offering, which will now be gratefully received.
Sunflower, good morning. You sure do make it like a sunny day. Sunflower, fair warning. I'm gonna love you if you come my way. So if there's a chance in romance to find you, better not find you looking the other way. Now isn't it time you finally take it, make it so real it steals your breath away? Hey, hey, hey. Sunflower, good morning. You sure do make it like a sunny time. I'm reeling with feeling. No, someday soon I'm gonna make you mine. So if there's a chance at romance to find you, better not find you looking the other way. Now is it time you finally take it, make it so real it steals your breath away? Hey, hey, hey. Sunflower, good morning. You sure do make it like a sunny time. Sunflower, it's dawning. That someday soon I'm gonna make you mine.
Will you join me in our chalice extinguishing words? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. A few announcements. If you are online and you'd like to get more connected, you can click the link in the description of this YouTube video and let us know how we can connect with you. If you're in person, you can fill out a pink form at the visitors table or visit our website for a contact form. After services, there will be a very quick congregational meeting for members. This is to determine whether or not we can decrease the size of our Board of Trustees from 10 members to 8. And I believe we need 37 members present, physically present here for a quorum. So please stay after the service if you can. For online members, your ballot to vote is located in Thursday's e-news. Next week, April 2nd, Adult Religious Exploration will be a series on presence practice, led by Tom Cronkite and Carolyn Cottom. This benediction was written by the Reverend Mark Bellatini. Go in peace. Live simply, gently, at home in yourselves. Act justly. Speak justly. Remember the depth of your own compassion. Forget not your power in the days of your powerlessness. Do not desire to be wealthier than your peers, and stint not your hand of charity. Practice forbearance. Speak the truth or speak not. Take care of yourselves as bodies, for you are a good gift. Crave peace for all people in the world, beginning with yourselves, and go as you go with the dream of that peace alive in your heart. Now will you rise in body or in spirit for our benediction hymn? From this house to the world we will go, hand in hand.